5 disturbing mysteries of the month of February 2023. The majority of people naturally want to find the truth and maintain justice, but occasionally unexplained occurrences escape our comprehension, and evil people continue to be protected and are allowed to live their lives without consequences. Get ready to know the 5 disturbing mysteries of the month of February with us on our channel, Just Scary.
The mysterious object shot down in Canadian territory. Over the years, over 500 planes have crashed in the arid, unpopulated landscape of Canada's Yukon region, leaving its woods, mountains, and lakes as a flying graveyard. Currently, the Canadian military and police are scouring the harsh terrain in the middle of winter with their American counterparts for a weird object recently shot down on Saturday by a fighter plane. The only thing known about the object is that Anita Anand, Canada's defense minister, described it as having a cylindrical shape. Once the US picked up and partially recovered a suspected Chinese balloon off the coast of South Carolina, it was the third object to be shot down. Anand downplayed the hopes that the search teams would find and collect the debris despite being swiftly sent to Yukon, where temperatures regularly drop below minus 25 degrees Celsius. The landscape is exceedingly rugged and it is pretty far away. A few of the hundreds of aircrafts that have fallen in the area throughout the years, including a massive military transport plane with 44 people on board, have never been located. One of the most significant recovery attempts ever carried out on the North American continent was spurred by the disappearance of an American Douglas C-54 Skymaster aircraft in 1950.
Project Bluebeam and possibility of extraterrestrial presence. Aliens and the Project Bluebeam hoax have been mentioned since the US has shot down many high-altitude UFOs. There have been rumors that the mysterious items that the US has shot down in February might have been alien spacecrafts ever since. According to a Daily Star article, the identities of the unidentified flying objects that were shot down have not yet been officially confirmed. On February 4th, American fighter jets destroyed 4 high-altitude objects in the sky above the US and Canada mainland. A long-standing but not confirmed conspiracy theory is Project Bluebeam. Midway through the 1990s, Canadian investigative journalist Serge Monast initially discussed the hypothesis. The notion, which has reappeared, contended that the project was instigated by NASA and Pentagon agents. In a 1994 investigative report, Monast claimed that NASA and the UN were working to establish a new world religion. In 1995 and 1996, Monast was detained twice. A heart attack claimed his life. He asserted that NASA was working with the United Nations to establish a New Age religion with the Antichrist at its helm and launch a new world order through a technologically mimicked Second Coming of Christ in 1994 when he published Project Bluebeam. The plots of Jeannie Roddenberry's unproduced 1975 Star Trek movie script The God Thing and the 1991 Star Trek The Next Generation episode Devil's Due are identical to those of Project Bluebeam, as other conspiracy theorists have pointed out. 3-million-year-old stone tools that spurred prehistoric mystery. The identity of the hominin species responsible for prehistoric technology has come into dispute with the finding of stone tools that date back almost 3 million years. These artifacts were discovered in Kenya and are believed to be the earliest examples of a particular group of stone tools used for butchery and pounding plant material. It was believed that our predecessors invented the so-called Oldowan toolkit, which is seen as a turning point in human evolution. The most recent discovery included a pair of enormous molars from a Paranthropus, a muscular-jawed hominid on a side bench of our evolutionary tree alongside the tools. The oldest evidence of humans eating larger animals was discovered at the Western Kenyan site of Nyenga, where at least 3 individual hippos were discovered. Bones from 2 of the incomplete skeletons featured evidence of butchery. Additionally, there were antelope bones that had signs of having had flesh removed or smashed to release bone marrow. Instead of being hunted, the animals have been scavenged. 30 of the stone tools had patterns that revealed that they had been used to scrape, chop, and pound plants and animals. The hippos and antelope meat would have been consumed raw by the toolmakers, who may have ground it into something akin to a tartare to make it simpler to digest. These artifacts date to around 2 million years before humans discovered fire. Isn't that a bit chilling? Humans have struggled to eat and protect themselves for the last 3 million years. If you like this video, let's move forward to some other unsettling mysteries. Don't forget to like and share it. Also subscribe to our channel, Just Scary, to watch more clandestine stuff.
After 47 years, students' remains have been found. Although there are still unanswered concerns regarding the death of an Auburn University student who vanished in 1976, authorities were able to identify his remains. According to the Troup County Sheriff's Office, Kyle Wade Klingscale, 22, vanished on January 27, 1976. NBS station WXIA-TV reports that he was last seen at the Moose Club in LaGrange, Georgia. According to the outlet, the student used to work there as a bartender and departed that evening to head back to Auburn. His 1974 Ford Pinto was discovered in a creek in Chambers County, Alabama decades later in December 2021, according to the police. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation later found the student's goods and bones. The GBI crime lab was then contracted to conduct more analysis on the remains. The Troup County Sheriff's Office was informed that those remains were positively identified as that of Kyle Clinkscale more than a year later. Police stated in their press release that a formal report regarding the manner of death has not yet been completed or released by the GBI. The student's death was considered a potential homicide for many years. According to the source, a man stated that Clinkscale was shot to death in 2006. Still, prosecutors later determined that the individual had too many changes in his account to be a reliable witness. The individual was jailed for obstructing the investigation.
The United States finds electronics and sensors in the mysterious Chinese spy balloon. After recovering substantial debris from the site, including all the priority sensors and electronic parts, as well as considerable sections of the structure, the Pentagon has revealed new photographs of the Chinese spy balloon that was shot down over the Atlantic Ocean on February 4th. The Department of Defense describes the decommissioned object over Yukon in Canada on Saturday as a small metallic balloon with a tethered payload in a memo to lawmakers on February 13, 2023. This was the third unidentified aerial vessel shot down above North America in less than 2 weeks. The news comes as a classified briefing on the 3 most recent UFOs that were shot down over Alaska on Friday, Canada on Saturday, and Lake Huron on Sunday. It is scheduled to be given to the Senate on Tuesday. Senate Chuck Schumer stated on Sunday that intelligence agencies believe the objects over Alaska and Canada were balloons as well, despite the Biden administration not publicly confirming the type or origin of the 3 recent flying items. After learning that at least 5 Chinese surveillance balloons had been found under the administration of former President Donald Trump and Vice President Joe Biden, lawmakers on both sides of the aisle condemned the Biden administration for lack of transparency regarding the balloon program. The White House refuted the idea on Monday, attributing the dramatic rise in UFO sightings to improved radar detection capabilities. These sightings have given rise to hypotheses that extraterrestrial forces were responsible for the objects. At least 10 spy balloons have been deployed by the United States over China this year, according to the Chinese government, which has accused the United States of using indiscriminate use of force when it shot down the balloon over South Carolina on February 4th. The White House has denied this claim, saying it's untrue, avoiding it. Remember, mysteries are everywhere. That is, until they are solved. So that is it for today. Subscribe to our channel Just Scary to never miss out on these astonishing stories and new articles about mysterious events. Like the video and share it with your family and friends. Also, don't forget to check out our other videos on this channel.